Hello, once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. We're going to pick two random SoulsBorne bosses, and then we are going to place them in a giant grassy field in honor of St. Patrick's Day this past Monday. And the first one to find a four-leaf clover will be the winner. I don't know this 100% for sure, because I'm sorry to date this episode, but I recorded this 3 weeks ago. So we may have to bring them to a completely different area of the world to find these grassy fields, because I live in the northeast of the USA, and it has been icy and snowy and just miserable out here, so I don't know that there's going to be any grassy fields out here, but we will find grassy fields for them to explore and find their four-leaf clover. So that is our job to do, and we will do that. So I'm footing the expense for all that. All right, two SoulsBorne competitors in a battle to the death, and in one corner we have the Old Demon King from Dark Souls 3. Old Demon King is a formidable opponent, I would say, and kind of a sad story, I guess. I don't remember too much. I don't even know if there is that much lore on the Old Demon King. We're going to find out in the bio section, but I know at the very end, if you get him down to a certain amount of health in the fight, it's kind of sad. He just loses all of his power and just kind of just weakly waves at you. He has no strength left, but he has no strength left, but he's still trying to fight you. It's very sad. Very, very sad. But the Old Demon King is certainly not one to be trifled with. So, definitely not a bad choice. Definitely not a bad choice for SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. All right. We're going to take this wheel for another spin. I think the Old Demon King, he's going to have trouble finding a four-leaf clover. He's got to stop burning everything around him. So he's going to have trouble with that portion of the contest, but I think he'll find a way. He'll find a way, I think. I have faith in him. I believe. I believe in the Old Demon King. All right. On one side of the battlefield, we have the Old Demon King, and on the other side of the battlefield, we have the Taurus Demon from the original Dark Souls. So we have a battle of the demons here on SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. That's an interesting fight, I think. Two very similar bosses here. That's a tough one. I think that's a tough one, but I do think I have an opinion on that, so I'm going to have to save that opinion for the verdict. And we are going to have to go to the bios that we are contractually obligated to present to you. So let's have a look at the Old Demon King. The Chaos Flame gave birth to many demons, and the Old Demon King was one of those demons. And the Old Demon King is said to have been the last remaining demon alive when the Witch of Izalith was extinguished. When the bed of chaos is destroyed by you in Dark Souls 1, the line of demons began to decline with no means of maintaining it. Old Demon King, however, planted his giant-ass feet in the ground and said, "I will not die." And he somehow persisted until Dark Souls 3, of course, when you come along and destroy everything. Demon in Pain and Demon from Below also are two surviving demons. They also find a way to survive until then. I think the Old Demon King is a pretty cool boss, and I think one of the things about it is there's a great attention to detail, and when you get his health below 25%, I think it is, the flame inside him extinguishes, and he no longer has any power left, and then he just kind of collapses to one knee, and he starts to like weakly brush you away with his arm or whatever. It's really sad, and knowing that he's like one of the last ones, it's just sad. It's just sad. I don't know a better way to describe it. It's just, he's the last of a dying breed, and he's still trying to fend you off, even though he has nothing left, and he's just trying to find a way to continue on his legacy. But at that point, his legacy has just come to an end. There's just nothing for it. So yeah, I think the old Demon King is a pretty cool boss, and yeah, I think I don't think you want to be on the other side of the arena against him in SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. Taurus demons are lesser demons spawned from the bed of chaos, which is what was created after the Witch of Izalith attempted to create a flame on par with the first flame, using her Lord Soul. This flame of chaos became the seedbed for... it became the mother and source of all demons. When Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight, and his Silver Knights waged war against the demons, the Taurus demons managed to survive that, and one of them managed to find their way to the Undead Burg. He managed to escape the ruins of Lost Izalith and make it to the Undead Burg. And that is where you fight this particular Taurus demon in Dark Souls 1. This battle is particularly memorable for the arena in which you fight this Taurus demon in. It's a very slender, it's almost like a castle battlement kind of thing, I guess. But yeah, it's memorable for fighting him. You have to fight this demon, this boss, in a tiny area, and it seems to be a thing with the demons in Dark Souls 1 that you have to fight them in these tiny ass areas. And yeah, it's not very much fun, and the Taurus demon is not a boss to be trifled with either. He can put an end to you pretty quickly. So just another way that Dark Souls likes to screw with you, I guess. And there are many ways in which Dark Souls chooses to do so. So yeah, that's basically the long and the short of the Taurus demon in Dark Souls 1. So we have a battle of the demons here, both born from the bed of chaos. This would be an interesting fight, I think, or maybe not so interesting. Kind of depends how you look at it. Both have very similar movesets, I think. It'd be a hard-hitting fight, that's for sure. Two giant-ass demons beating the crap out of each other. The Taurus demon's strength, I think, lays in where it fights and the battle arena in which it fights. Like I said in the bio, he's still tough, but it's just a lot tougher because of the area that you're fighting him in. The old Demon King, I think, has more in its arsenal, and I think it's the old Demon King for a reason. I think old Demon King is going to walk away with the victory in this one. I don't think that's too controversial. Yeah, I do think it'd be an interesting fight for a little while anyway. But yeah, I think old Demon King eventually puts the Taurus demon away. But that's just my opinion. Feel free to leave yours in the comments. And with that, this very special St. Patrick's Day edition of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death comes to a close. I probably should have worn green for this, but I don't generally think that far ahead, so I apologize. RobertBlanchardBooks.com if you're interested in the Roar of a Dragon series. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. If you'd like to hear more about them, the Rise of Dragons podcast, wherever you find your favorite podcasts. My Linktree, my Instagram, and my Twitter are all Bobby's World 2110. Mondays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Elden Ring No Crimson Flash run, which is ongoing right now. This past Monday, we ventured into Castle Morn. And we dealt with that part of Castle Morn, which is basically the beginning of it. Which is a great deal of fun. And so we're going to continue along that path, and then we're going to hit Stormvale Castle very shortly, which I'm looking forward to. That's going to be very, very interesting. And then We're going to wrap up Chapter 1, Limgrave, and then we're probably going to move on to the original Dark Souls, No Estus run. And then we'll come back for Volume 2 of the Elden Ring, No Crimson Flask run, which will probably be Learning of the Lakes. And then, yeah, we're going to move on from there. We got lots of things, lots of logs in the fire on the channel. Lots of things going on. I'm excited. So, all kinds of stuff going on. So, that's awesome. And as always, Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is what you're watching right now. SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. Always fun stuff going on here. So, come back and check that out. I appreciate your love and support. Leave a like, subscribe, notifications, and all that nonsense. I hope everyone has an outstanding week. If only I could speak. And I love and appreciate you guys. Be well, stay safe, and as always, it's Bobby's World, and you're all just living in it. See y'all, Steve alive, y'all. Bye. What's going on, guys? Thank you for checking out the video today, but I got a question for you. Did you know I wrote a book? Did you know I wrote 3 books? Did you know that they're all part of the same series? The Roar of a Dragon, The Treachery of a Weasel, and The Cry of a Raven. ReadersFavorite.com says that its intensity rivals that of the Game of Thrones series. Now, I personally think that's crazy, but it's not for me to judge. It's for you to judge. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com and you can check out the books right now. But wait, that's not all. All 3 books got 5-star reviews in ReadersFavorite.com. These books won the Silver Medal in the Literary Titan Awards. The Cry of a Raven won Silver at the Global eBook Awards. So what are you waiting for? Read about Aiden's dream to become a Knight of Delmar. Read about his death and resurrection. Oops, I gave that away, didn't I? And read about his journey back home from 3,000 years in the future to stop the evil that started in Delmar. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. And then, if you're interested, you can buy the books there as well. And if you've already read the books or you just want to hear more about them, you can check out the Rise of Dragons podcast. You can listen to it wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. And in every episode, I cover a character from the book, an event from the book, my journey into writing, and everything in between. Ripley, what do you got to say about all this?
Give me a treat or I will end you.
You know she's telling you to check out the books. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com to check out the books or listen to the Rise of Dragons podcast if you want to hear about them. That's all I got to say, and thank you for watching this video.